Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Cashman's Playbook for Saturday, February 11th, Super Bowl weekend. I'm Alan Cashman. We'll have a college basketball play at the end, but first I want to go over a few Super Bowl prop bets of interest. Not a lot of bells and whistles here. I'll try to knock this out 15 minutes or so and let you get on with your day, and you can enjoy your weekend here. So let's look into the prop market a little bit. First one, every season, for at least the last 5 or 6 seasons, I like to bet overtime. There's just so much value in it. And, we're not betting $100 or $200 on this. These are prop bets are more for enjoyment, entertainment purposes. Overtime, $5 or $10 bet at plus 1,100 is going to get you $55 to $110 back on your investment. But this is a close matchup to me. I think if any Super Bowl is going to go to overtime, this one has a chance to. The teams are pretty even as far as their pass game on offense. You see a little bit of an advantage for the Eagles in their pass defense, but I think this has a chance to be a really good game. Could be close. So why not put $5 or $10 on the overtime here at plus 1,100? That's just a great odds. It's only happened once in history, so it is a long shot to happen. It's only the Falcons meltdown against the Patriots several years ago, I think in 2016, was the only one to go to overtime in the Super Bowl. But so it's not a likely thing to happen, but you have to look at the matchup here. I think this is a close one, so why not? $5 or $10 on plus 1,100 for this game to go to overtime. Another one I like, I didn't see a lot of great odds as far as receiving props. But I think A.J. Brown is due here. He scored a touchdown. He's plus 105, so you got a plus money opportunity. Brown has caught just 7 passes for 50 yards so far this postseason. No touchdowns in the 2 postseason games he's played in this year. A.J. Brown, he did not go more than 2 games in the regular season without catching a touchdown pass. So he's due here. We're playing indoors. We don't have any weather issues. Could see some offense. Would not be surprised if we see some offense here. So I think A.J. Brown is due. He's been a huge addition to this Eagles pass game. I would take him to score a touchdown here at plus 105. And the Chiefs, their defense, they're number 30 in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage allowed. So they're not great in the red zone. If the Eagles get down there, watch for A.J. Brown to get an opportunity to get a score here. On DraftKings yesterday, I did see some receiving bands for Brown that I really liked. I couldn't find them last night or this morning, so I'm going to have to dig a little deeper today. I don't know if they took him down or not, but I saw one prop where band where they take him a range of 10 yards, 60 to 69 yards. He was plus 500 or plus 600 to get 60 to 69 yards, and then 70 to 79 was plus 600 or plus 700. It just went up. You could have taken probably 3 or 4 of those, and if he hits one, you've got a profit. So I'm going to go back and look a little harder for those later today when I have some time. And I'll get back to subscribers on that if I find exactly what it is I'm looking for there. Another one that's interesting to me is Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes combined number of touchdown passes, exact number of touchdown passes combined. Now, there's a couple options here. If just one of them hits, you can bet them both. You bet the same amount. If one of them hits, you're going to have a pretty nice little profit here. Exactly 4 touchdowns between the 2 quarterbacks here is plus 400. And then exactly 5 touchdowns is plus 500. So I think 4 is a safe number. 5, I think it's still a good option. But you look at the quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts, he had 9 games this season where he threw at least 2 touchdown passes in a game. Patrick Mahomes had 14 games this year where he's thrown at least 2 or more touchdown passes. He's thrown 2 touchdown passes in each of the postseason games this season as well. Like I said, you could take both of these. One of them hits, you have a pretty nice little return on your hands there. I think that's both good investments that combined for 4 touchdown passes at plus 400 and then combined for 5 touchdown passes at plus 500. Any combination works by these 2 quarterbacks. You just need them to combine for 4 or 5 touchdown passes, and you have a nice little return on your investment there. Another one I like, the Eagles over 2.5 sacks. Now, this one is juiced a little bit at minus 140 right now, but this Eagles defense has been a sack machine. Since week 6, the Philly defense, they've recorded 3 or more sacks in 12 of their 13 games, 42 sacks in the last 8 games. So the Eagles defense averaging just over 5 sacks a game over the last 8 games. They just need to get to 3 sacks here for this to cash at minus 140. I think it's definitely worth a look. there. So the Eagles over 2.5 sacks. Look at some other odds I'm not necessarily interested in, but look around. You see the Super Bowl MVP. You've got Patrick Mahomes at plus 120. You got Jalen Hurts at plus 125. It's usually a quarterback that's going to win the MVP award. So plus money situations on both of those. So if you're betting the same amount on both, if it's one or the other, you're going to profit a little bit on it. And that's what we're looking for. I like to look in these prop bets where you can bet a couple maybe of the same different outcomes on the same bet and still profit if one of them hits. And that's not a big profit, but you would have a profit if you took Mahomes and Hurts and it was either of them that did win the MVP. Didn't see a lot that I liked as far as the TD scores go because, again, they're going to all have to hit for you to profit. Jalen Hurts, rushing touchdown, minus 115. Miles Sanders, minus 105. Travis Kelce, minus 135 to score a touchdown. So you're really going to, if you're going to take all of those, you're going to have two of them hit to have a profit there. That's not really up my alley. I mentioned AJ Brown. I like that at plus 105. I think he's due. Mentioned the Chiefs pass defense in the red zone. You got Dallas Goedert at plus 150 to score a touchdown. So something to look at. I think the wild card here might be Kenneth Gainwell of the Eagles. He's plus 310 to get a touchdown. Maybe something to look at there. But and the Juju Smith-Schuster plus 240 for the Chiefs. So, I don't the touchdown prop market this year, didn't really tickle my fancy. But like I said, AJ Brown, I think, is maybe the one I want to go after in that one. Super Bowl specials on DraftKings. We've got any kicker to make a 60-yard field goal plus 800. I don't think that's something I'm interested in. Let's see. A quarterback to have a reception. So that's probably a Philly special type of thing, a trick play. You see some trick plays in the Super Bowl. That's plus 1,200. Like I said, that would be a very, very small look if I did something like that. That's a long shot. And along the same lines of a Philly special type of play, any quarterback to have a receiving touchdown, plus 2,800. So a trick play where the touchdown gets a look in the end zone. It's happened 3 times, I think, in NFL Super Bowl history. I think Nick Foles was the last one, and then Jim Kelly and John Elway had one as well in one of their Super Bowl appearances. Let's see. I think the receiving props, game leaders, most receiving yards, I think Travis Kelce's the odds-on favorite. He's at plus 140. You got AJ Brown and Devontae Smith are plus 280 and plus 450. So if you took those two for the Eagles, if you think it's going to be one of the Eagles players, it's probably going to be one of those two guys. If it is one of those two guys and you pick them both, you're going to have a profit there if it's one of them. Devontae Smith's been pretty good coming on. Like I said, AJ Brown has not done much in the playoffs. He's due for something big there. And then a oddball, Juju Smith-Schuster is plus 1,400 to be the leading yardage receiver in this game. He's the Chiefs' second leading receiver. Definitely a possibility at plus 1,400. So, $5 get you $70 plus your $5 back. So $75 return. Don't love him. I think if I was going to bet a touchdown prop other than Brown, I'd probably go with Gainwell plus 300. I'm not in love with any of the yardage props other than you might take Brown and Smith each if you think the Eagles are going to do well in this game, and you profit if one of those do hit. Okay, so let's move on from the Super Bowl. Let's wrap this up. We're going to go to college basketball. We've got one play on the show this week. 8-2 the first 3 weeks in college basketball on this broadcast. So we are going to take Utah minus 3.5 today, hosting Colorado. We took Utah as a subscriber play a couple weeks ago against Stanford, and the Utes had an off night, horrible first half, stormed back in the second half, but just couldn't get over the hump. They took the loss. We took the loss. Utah's the better team, really, because of their defense. They're number 5 in the nation in defensive field goal percentage, number 7 in defensive three-point percentage. And you look at Colorado's offense, they're ranked in the low 200s in scoring and shooting. And in field goal percentage, they're closer to 300 in the nation in 3-point and free throw shooting. So they're not a great offensive team. Utah is missing their second leading scorer in Gabe Madsen. Madsen, he goes for just over 11 points per game, but he's just shooting 36% from the field. I think Utah will be all right there. Colorado 1-7 on the road this season, 3-8-1 against the spread on the road. Utah, the average 77.2 points per game at home, shooting 47% on their home court. Colorado averages just 65.2 points per game on the road, and they're shooting just over 40% when they're on the road. So I like Utah today, -3.5 at home over Colorado, and that'll be the only college basketball play for the broadcast this week. So we wrap this up, went over some Super Bowl props early on. But if you want to get access to everything that I am sending to my subscribers, you can become a Picks member as well. Go to TheCashmanwins.com. Got several options there to join for less than $1 per week. You can even get a lifetime pass right now for $159. That's a one-time payment. Never pay again. That's regularly $399. That's good through this weekend. Also, follow me on Twitter at TheCashmanWins. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe and share. If you're watching this on Twitter, please retweet and like. Something so small like that really does help out a lot. Makes a difference to me, helps me keep everything affordable for all you guys, which I want to do. I want to thank you guys for tuning in this week. We'll be back next week at 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube and Twitter. Enjoy your Super Bowl weekend. Good luck on the prop bets. Good luck on the college basketball. And subscribers, I'll have some more college basketball for you shortly. So enjoy your day.